Hello, and thanks for taking the time today to take a look at this video where we are going to walk through the Replicon time attend solution. The purpose of this video is to provide you with an overview of the functionality that's available as a time attend customer. Now, the majority of the time within this video we're going to spend going through the software-based portion of the application. But the Replicon solution does consist of a hardware time clock solution as well that we refer to as the cloud clock. This is a tablet-based device that you can put anywhere within your organization's location, and this device allows users to punch in and out as they would with traditional time clocks using a QR code, and you can see an example of that punch with a photographic interface, preventing buddy punching, no need to hardwire any kind of connectivity to the solution, so it makes it very portable in situations where that device may need to be moved occasionally. Now, the cloud clock device captures time and sends it directly to the time attend application, and supervisors will be able to see these punches from the screen we're looking at now, called the team time screen. The team time screen presents those supervisors with all of their users in a list, provides them with exception reporting, letting them know when employees are late or absent, and allows them to have audit trails of any changes that have been made to those punches, as well as a real-time tracking of who's in and who's out on a regular basis. On a week-by-week perspective, they can look at the timesheet overview screen that gives them all their users for the entire week, showing them all the exceptions and overtime that may have been logged for that period, with full ability to look at all historical periods and the same information. In addition to the supervisory screens, where approvers can see all of their employees and the status of their punches, the product also allows for an end user interface where they can log in and put their time in directly from a web-based interface. Here's an example of a timesheet screen where a user can log in and clock in and out on a given day, adding and removing comments or activities related to their time. And this information is visible to the approvers from the same team time screens as we saw previously. In addition to tracking time for end users from the cloud clock and the web interface also provides, along with the cloud clock, an interface where time off can be tracked. From this interface, a user is presented with a shared calendar that reflects their specific holidays, and by clicking and dragging across days, users are able to see specific days remaining in their balances based on the time off code that they've selected. So this interface gives them a shared view of time off so they don't double book with other users, and it gives them real-time calculated balances based on when the booking exists and when their accrual policies have been set up to accrue additional time off. Booking this time off request allows the user to add comments, submit partial days, and submit it to their supervisor for approval. That approval is elicited through the email notification that is sent to the approver so that they're able to action this time off request once they receive a notification. That approval happens within the application from the same place as the team time screen. The Approvals tab presents an approver with all outstanding timesheets and time off bookings, allowing them to quickly approve multiple items from the screen we're looking at. Selecting all is a great example of how that can happen, or they can drill down to see the specific details that make up a given timesheet with missing or maybe errored punches. Time off booking approvals are the same, giving approvers a view of all outstanding approvals and the ability to drill down into them, seeing not only that specific request, but all of the other requests in a calendar view, showing any potential conflicts that might arise for other employees that they approve for. Now, all of the exception tracking and time off tracking wouldn't be of value without the ability to create employee schedules. And that's done from the Schedulings tab up the top of the menu. From this screen, you can view the entire organization, and from a text or graphical basis, you can see the schedules that have been set up for employees over a 1 week or 2 week period. Here we can see a text-based representation, and from this view I can easily go in and populate additional times and schedules for a given employee. The system also presents a graphical view. If I choose to present that, I now see this information represented graphically with specific start and stop times for certain scheduling items, or relative times where I just want a user to work a certain number of hours a day. This view has both green and blue scheduling blocks. That's because you can choose to modify or adjust your schedule based on requirements, absences, and then publish those changes out, making them permanent and allowing users to see that reflected on their personal schedules. The graphical view presents a drag and drop interface, so I can very easily move specific items from one user or shifts from one user to another based on availability. I can also copy shifts very easily, saving time and allowing me to populate schedules in a very efficient manner. Now, the majority of shifts on this schedule are repeatable. As a result, the system has set up templates so that scheduling, for the most part, can be automated, except for those ad hoc changes when users are not available. Here's an example of a customer service day shift schedule that we've set up to reflect a repeating schedule Monday to Friday. 8 till 12 is one shift in that day, and the second one being 1 till 5. This schedule is assigned to a user on their user profile, and as a result, their user schedule reflects this automated setup indefinitely into the future without the need to manually enter it. The Time and Attend product also allows for the definition of complex validation and overtime rules that we can see set up here. Not only is out-of-the-box California overtime supported, but you're able to define your own very complex overtime rule based on a combination or one or more specific rules. A daily rule, a holiday rule, maybe it's a work week rule, including different considerations for specific days of the week. Within each of these rules, we can have different levels where overtime will kick in, and different pay codes, again, set up by yourself with the ability to bank time as time in lieu or comp time within the system. These rules are applied real time to a user's timesheet, and we'll see momentarily that that information is also reflected from the reporting interface. Reports can be accessed and are permission-based from the menu at the top called Reports.
The Reports menu gives me access to all of the reporting within the system, and each of these reports is permission-based, so you can choose to expose them or hide them depending on the user that's logged into the system. I can modify the details of any one of these reports by selecting the report, using the default representation of the data, or using the Settings button to modify any element, including all of the fields within the database, the grouping options from a formatting perspective, even the column order, and the numeric format and PDF orientation format of the output. Now each of the reports is schedulable, so what I'm able to do is from the listed report screen, go in and schedule a report, clicking the scheduling icon beside the report. That'll let me indicate how often I want this report sent, what time of day, who it needs to go to, as well as predefined filter settings for that report. And those can be dynamic so that the report output changes with every scheduled occurrence of the report. That really covers off what we wanted to capture for today's session with regard to the use of the timesheet, the approval process around that timesheet, and the supervision of employees using the Cloud Clock, all the way to reporting and getting that data out of the system. If you do have more questions or additional concerns, you can visit us at our website and reach out to get a more detailed demonstration of the tool. Thanks.